PI in peril? A crypto fairy tale turned sour? Hello there, fellow money enthusiasts. Tonight, we delve into the wild world of cryptocurrency, specifically the curious case of Pi Network. Remember that app you downloaded because your friend wouldn't stop raving about free money? The one where you tapped a button every day and felt like a millionaire until you didn't? Yeah, that one. Pi Network promised a crypto revolution, a world where anyone with a smartphone could mine digital gold. No expensive rigs, no energy-sucking computations, just tap and earn, baby. Millions bought in, dreaming of Lambos and private islands. But reality, as it often does, decided to play a cruel joke. The dream of easy riches is fading faster than your hopes of understanding NFTs. PI's price is plummeting, and those free tokens are starting to feel a lot like that gym membership you never use. So, what went wrong? Why is this supposed crypto paradise turning into a digital wasteland? Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dissect the anatomy of a potential crypto flop. The price is wrong. Bob PI's value takes a nosedive. Remember when Bitcoin was worth pennies? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Many hoped PI would follow a similar trajectory, but instead of skyrocketing, PI's value is doing the opposite, plummeting. Imagine jumping off a diving board, but instead of splashing into refreshing water, you hit concrete. That's PI's price right now. Trading volumes? Non-existent. It's like trying to sell a timeshare in Chernobyl. People were eager to mine PI for free, but now that it's time to put a price on it, crickets. This lack of interest is a big red flag, folks. It's like finding out your date for prom is actually a cardboard cutout of your cousin. Awkward.
The broader crypto market is having its own roller coaster ride. But PI isn't even invited to the amusement park. It's like showing up to a party in a banana costume when the theme was business casual. Simply put, PI is underperforming, and the future looks about as bright as a black hole.
Sell, sell, sell. Why everyone's jumping ship and taking their PI with them. Remember the sinking of the Titanic? Everyone scrambling for lifeboats? That's the current state of PI Network. But instead of icy water, it's a sea of red on the trading charts. So, why are people abandoning ship faster than a rat fleeing a sinking Starbucks cup? Let's break it down.
Firstly, early miners are cashing out. They've been sitting on piles of PI like dragons hoarding digital gold. Now that it's on exchanges, they're seeing dollar signs and hitting the sell button harder than a toddler playing whack-a-mole. Secondly, adoption is about as widespread as common sense in a political debate. Remember when your grandma joined Facebook? Yeah, that's not happening with PI. It's got all the mainstream appeal of a Nickelback concert in a library. Finally, the dreaded T-word token unlocks. Imagine a dam holding back a tidal wave of PI. Except the dam is about to crumble, and everyone downstream is about to get soaked. More on this impending disaster later.
The unlocking when token freedom means price Armageddon. Remember those free PI tokens you were so excited about? Well, they came with a catch token unlocks. Think of it like a ticking time bomb under the price of PI. As more tokens flood the market, their value could plummet faster than your chances of winning worst dressed at a nudist colony. The token release schedule? Let's just say it makes a laxative commercial look like a slow-motion ballet. Huge chunks of PI are set to be unleashed on the market at specific intervals. This means more supply, less demand, and a price that could make you say cryptocurrency backwards.
This isn't just speculation, folks. History loves repeating itself, especially in the crypto world. Remember what happened to ICP, the darling of 2021? Massive token unlocks led to a price crash so spectacular it made Icarus's descent look like a gentle glide. And don't even get me started on Filecoin. Token unlocks turned that rocket ship into a lead balloon faster than you can say rug pull.
Section 5, Deja Vu all over again?
Crypto history doesn't bode well for PI. Remember those cheesy horror movies where the characters make the same dumb mistakes over and over?
That's the crypto market in a nutshell. We've seen this movie before, folks, and it doesn't end well for the token with too much hype and not enough substance.
Take the infamous Squid Game token, for example. It capitalized on a popular Netflix show, promised the moon, and then vanished faster than you could say red light, green light, leaving investors holding the bag.
PI is riding a similar wave of hype, but without the dystopian death games. Yet.
But it's not just about hype. Remember those early promises of PI's revolutionary technology and real-world applications?
Yeah, about that. Where are the groundbreaking dApps, the life-changing partnerships, the utility that justifies the existence of yet another cryptocurrency?
Crickets, again.
the bull case for a network comeback. Okay, before you throw your phone across the room and swear off anything remotely related to cryptocurrency, let's explore the other side of the coin.
Is there a chance, however slim, that PI could recover from this nosedive and emerge as the crypto phoenix we were promised?
The optimists, bless their hopeful hearts, point to a few glimmers of light in the otherwise bleak PI landscape. First, there's the potential for utility development. Imagine a world where you can actually use PI to buy things, like, actual goods and services. Think online marketplaces, decentralized apps, maybe even that virtual pet rock you've always wanted.
Second, partnerships. What PI lacks in real-world use cases, it could make up for by teaming up with established players in the tech or financial sectors. Imagine if PI partnered with Amazon, allowing you to buy your groceries with your hard-earned, or should I say easy-tapped tokens, or if Visa integrated PI into its payment system. Game changer, right?
Finally, there's the power of community. PI boasts millions of users, and that's a lot of potential buying power. If even a fraction of those users actually start using PI for transactions, it could create a self-fulfilling prophecy, driving demand and pushing the price upwards. Think of it like a digital version of those multi-level marketing schemes, but hopefully with less pyramid-shaped awkwardness.
The bare necessities. Why PI could fade into obscurity. Now, for a dose of reality. While the bull case for PI might sound enticing, let's not forget the very real possibility that this whole thing could go south faster than a flock of geese in winter.
The bear case for PI is about as comforting as a bear hug, except this bear is wearing a going out of business sign. First, there's the issue of competition. The crypto space is more crowded than a clown car at a juggling convention. New cryptocurrencies are popping up faster than Starbucks in a gentrifying neighborhood. PI might have had a head start, but it's quickly falling behind in terms of innovation, functionality, and that whole actually being useful thing.
Second, there's the lack of trust. Remember all those scams and rug pulls that have plagued the crypto world? Yeah, that's left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And frankly, PI hasn't done much to distance itself from that shady reputation. The lack of transparency, the vague promises, the constant delays, it all adds up to a big fat question mark hanging over the project.
Finally, there's the simple fact that most people still don't understand cryptocurrency. Trying to explain blockchain technology to your average person is like trying to teach a goldfish to play the piano. And until crypto becomes more accessible and user-friendly, projects like PI will struggle to gain mainstream adoption. So, you've listened to my ramblings about PI's uncertain future, and you're probably wondering what to do with those digital tokens burning a hole in your phone. Should you hold on for dear life, hoping for a miracle, or cut your losses and run for the hills while you still can? Well, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. In fact, if there's one thing you should take away from this whole ordeal, it's that you should never invest more than you can afford to lose, especially in something as volatile and unpredictable as cryptocurrency. That being said, if you're feeling adventurous, you could hold on to your PI and see what happens. Maybe, just maybe, it will become the next Bitcoin. Or maybe it will end up as a cautionary tale about the dangers of hype and the importance of doing your own research. If you're feeling less risky, you could always cash out now. Sure, you might not get rich, but at least you'll have something to show for your efforts. You could treat yourself to a nice dinner, buy that new gadget you've been eyeing, or even donate it to a worthy cause. Just don't spend it all on virtual pet rocks. So, there you have it. The curious case of PI Network. A story of ambition, speculation, and the ever-present allure of easy money. Will PI rise from the ashes like a digital phoenix? Or will it fade into obscurity? Another cautionary tale in the wild west of cryptocurrency. The future of PI is about as certain as the weather in England. It could go either way. It could become the next big thing, revolutionizing the way we think about money and technology. Or it could crash and burn, leaving a trail of disappointed investors in its wake. The choice, as they say, is yours. But whatever you do, don't blame me. I'm just a humble comedian trying to make sense of this crazy world, one cryptocurrency disaster at a time.